Hello everyone, welcome to the first video of SD Facts. So today we are going to talk about the life of the 10th Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So first of all, before I start the video, let me tell that the story that I am going to tell is based on Amar Chitra Katha, the book company. So pardon me if I do any mistakes. So let's start. On 22nd December 1666, Patna city, Guru Gobind Singh was born. So the story starts when he was 9-year-old. Gobind Rai was playing with his friends in a small town, Anandpur, on the foothills of the Himalayas. Suddenly, his old uncle came running up. Gobind, come here. Your mother is calling you. We have some bad news for you. Your father is dead. He died a hero's death for his people. He was captured by the Mughal troops and brought before Emperor Aurangzeb. Take Bahadur, you are now at my mercy. If you are a saint, as people say, then perform some miracle, or else re-announce your faith, said Aurangzeb. I will tie a charm around my neck, and your sword will not be able to harm me. Those were the words of the brave Guru Tegh Bahadur. The viceroy ordered that Tegh Bahadur's head should be cut off. Tegh Bahadur died, but when they opened the charm, it was written, I gave my head, but not my faith. Then Guru Gobind Singh was crowned the 10th Sikh Guru. So the days passed, and Guru Gobind learned Sanskrit, Persian, Braj, and Punjabi. He even went hunting. Early in 1677, Guru Gobind was married to Jitto. Guru Gobind's fame spread. Soon Sikhs began coming to him with offerings. Let those who come to me bring gifts of arms and horses. I shall drive the Turks and Mughals out of our motherland. Our war cry will be Sat Sri Akal. God is truth. Who will join me in the Dharma Yudh? The Mughals are the mightiest power in Asia. How can we fight against them? Said one of the Sikhs in the crowd. I will teach the sparrow to hunt the hawk. Those were the great words of Guru Gobind Singh. Then later at the battle day, the Sikhs shouted Sat Sri Akal and won the battle. But some Sikhs said, not so soon, the Mughals may attack again. Then after the battle, Guru Gobind said, we have had our first baptism in steel. We must be ever ready for war. I will raise an army of soldier saints. Early in 1699, Guru Gobind asked his Sikhs to assemble on the first day of Baisakhi. The Sikhs should come to me wearing long hair, they should give up tobacco and should receive baptism of the sword. Guru Gobind said the letter. On that day, a large number assembled. First, Guru Gobind said, I want one human head. There was a stunned silence, then a young man got up. My head is for you, my Guru, then come with me, said Guru Gobind, and took the young man in the tent. When Guru Gobind reappeared, his sword was stained red with blood. I want one more head. My head is for you, my Guru. Guru Gobind took the second young man into the tent. When he reappeared, he was alone and his sword was freshly stained with blood. The same happened with three other young men who volunteered their lives for Guru Gobind. After the fifth man had disappeared into the tent, Guru Gobind had reappeared with his sword blood-stained. He again entered the tent and then re-emerged. These are my beloved five, my Panch Pyare. Their faith has laid the foundation of a new community, the Khalsa or the Pure. They are all alive, but how was his sword dripping with blood? He was testing us. He was just testing us. Those were the words of the Sikhs in the crowd. They were all shocked to see what had happened. Then Guru Gobind asked for an iron vessel, which he filled with water. To this he added sugar, which is stirred in with a double-edged dagger. The 5 disciples were given this Amrit. Henceforth you shall all be known as Singhs, and you will grow your hair and beard. He said to the Panj Pyare. Why must we grow our hair and beard? Someone from the crowd said. Hair is the emblem of the Indian Aztec. You will be soldier saints. A comb to keep your hair tidy shall be your second emblem. The kirpan is to be used only for defense. You must always be soldiers in soldiers. Breeches, the kacha, will also wear a kada. He has given 5 emblems, all beginning with the letter K. Kesh, Kanga, Kacha, Kada, and Kirpan. And he has given us one name. We are all Singhs, said some of the Sikhs. And remember, you are the pure, the Khalsa. Never raise your arms against the weak. Never molest a woman. Regard all human beings as your brothers, said Guru Gobind. As you have baptized us, we baptize you. You are no longer Gobind Rai, but Gobind Singh. The rules that apply to us will apply to you. So be it. The Guru is of the Khalsa as much as the Khalsa is of the Guru. Sometime later, Emperor Aurangzeb ordered Wazir Khan, his governor in the Punjab, to destroy the Sikhs and bring Guru Gobind prisoner. The Mughals are surrounding Anandpur. Shut the gates of the fort. Keep the enemy at a distance. There was a huge commotion in the Sikh palace as the Mughals attacked, but the Sikhs were also prepared. Later, in the tent of Wazir Khan, the Sikhs will not let our men get near the walls. What shall we do? We shall pretend to attack Anandpur from the rear. Meanwhile, charge the main gate with our war elephants. When the Sikhs saw them come from the other side, Guru Gobind said, Let them come, we shall reckon with them. The gate will give way, the Mughals will enter our cathedral. Then what are you waiting for? Then jumped 2 men from the fort, for the glory of the Guru and the Khalsa, and fighted the Mughals until they were killed. How can we fight people as brave as these? Let us withdraw to a safe distance and starve them into surrendering, said the frightened Mughals. Sir, the Mughals won't fight us, but we have finished all our stocks of food. We will die of hunger, said the Sikhs. Have faith. At night when the Mughals sleep, send parties out to get food. If you are ambushed, fight your way through them, said Guru Gobind. So, as Guru Gobind said, they all fought at night and the Sikhs got their supplies. The siege dragged on for 6 long months, and the emperor was furious. At last, one of his ablest generals, Painda Khan, made a decision. I will challenge Gobind to fight me single-handed to settle the issue. Send an envoy to him. When the Mughal envoy arrived, Painda Khan is the best marksman in the Mughal army. Do not accept this challenge, said one of Guru Gobind's generals. Tell Painda Khan I will await him outside the gate tomorrow morning, said Guru Gobind bravely. Next day, out of the fort, they were both ready with their armies. Since you are the challenger, make the first move, said Guru Gobind. And the last you have asked for death. I will give it to you, said Painda Khan. He shot his arrow, but Guru Gobind braked it with his sword. Try again, this one was not good enough, said Guru Gobind. Now it is my turn, be on your guard. Your reed arrows cannot scratch my steel armor, said Painda Khan laughingly. Guru Gobind shot an arrow piercing through Painda Khan's ear, and he died on the spot. Sat Sri Akal, victory to Guru Gobind Singh, said the Sikhs while celebrating. There was a short interlude of peace. Then Emperor Aurangzeb ordered a fresh attack on the Sikhs. How can an untrained handful of peasants hold out against a vast army of professional soldiers, said Aurangzeb angrily. Your Majesty, we will defeat the Sikhs. You will starve them out. One day the Sikhs bought a man named Kanhaiya before Guru Gobind Singh. I caught him giving the wounded enemies water. You told us to serve all those in need, said the frightened Sikh. Well said, you have truly understood the word of the Gurus, said the Guru, praising the Sikh. After some time, the Mughal governor declared that if Guru Gobind gave up Anandpur for a while, he would leave him alone and return the fortress. Guru Gobind agreed to the proposal. We have been betrayed. The Mughals are on us. Let the women and children be taken to safety. Others hold the rear, said Guru Gobind. Mata Gujri and two of the Guru's younger sons with a servant sought shelter in Sirhind. But they were betrayed, captured by the soldiers, and brought to the court of the governor Wazir Khan. Wazir Khan said, if you become Muslims, your lives will be spared. Never. We have nothing against Islam, but we are Sikhs and Sikhs we will remain, said the sons of the Guru. The boys were sentenced to death. They were buried alive between two walls. Meanwhile, a band of Sikhs held the pursuers till they were killed to a man. The rear guard action gave Guru Gobind Singh and a small band of Sikhs time to reach Chamkaur. At Chamkaur, Guru Gobind Singh and his band of 40 men built a stockade and decided to fight to a finish. We have lost most of our army. Only a handful remain, said the Sikhs. Send for my son, Ajit Singh. Son, it is your turn to go. See that you die like a warrior. Your word is my command. To die in a righteous cause is to live forever. Then later, Ajit Singh was dressed like the Guru and sent to fight Wazir Khan. But he was killed by the Mughals. We have killed them all, even the Guru of the Sikhs. While the enemy was celebrating the kill, Guru Gobind Singh made his escape. He wandered about alone, evading his pursuers. He rested in the jungle of Machiwara. When he reached the town, two friendly Pathans helped him escape. They carried him on a charpai, and when the Mughal bodyguards stopped them, they said that he was a holy man. After hearing that he was a holy man, the Mughal bodyguards let them pass. One day, a Sikh came to Guru Gobind Singh. All your sons are dead. The two younger boys were killed by the Mughals. What if 4 are dead? 100,000 Sikhs are still alive, said Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Gobind Singh wrote a long letter to Aurangzeb, holding him responsible for the deeds of his officials. When all other means have failed, it is right to draw the sword. I shall strike fire under the hoofs of your horses and will not let you drink the water of my Punjab. Guru Gobind Singh. After the death of Aurangzeb, his successor Bahadur Shah invited Guru Gobind Singh to visit him. Welcome, my friend. I have a small gift for you, said Bahadur Shah. Your Majesty is too kind. I need nothing for myself, only for my Sikh, said Guru Gobind Singh. So the days passed pleasantly, and Guru Gobind Singh accompanied the emperor on his travels. Meanwhile, Wazir Khan continued to persecute the Sikhs in the Punjab. One day, so you are the Guru Gobind. What have you come to the Godavari for? To make you a disciple. I am your Banda, your slave. I name you Banda Singh Bahadur. Go back to the Punjab and arouse my Sikhs to punish the persecutors of the Sikhs, said Guru Gobind. Your orders will be carried out, my Guru, said Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. Months passed. One evening, Guru Gobind Singh was alone in his tent when two Pathans suddenly entered with their knives in their hands. "Who are you?" They stabbed the Guru, but he struck one of his assailants dead. The other was chased and killed by his followers. The wound was stitched, but while Guru Gobind Singh was practicing archery one day, the stitches burst. Guru Gobind Singh knew his end was near. He said, "I am the last Guru of the Sikhs. Now the Granth will guide you whenever you are in doubt." So, the last words of Guru Gobind Singh were, "Do not mourn my death, as rain sustains the seed where it falls. So shall my words remain with you, my khals, and bear fruit." And despite the efforts of his followers, Guru Gobind Singh's health grew worse, and on October 7, 1708, he died. So this was the story of the great Guru Gobind Singh. So I will see you guys on the next video, and my next video is going to be on Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. So see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.